surprisingly elegant process to get into if you happen to be a mouse. Hello everybody, welcome back to the Brooks Restorations Workshop. Time for another update on our Fiesta. Now, since you last saw us, Dad's been busy getting the interior of the car sorted. I wanted to address the exhaust that we put on in episode 2 a few weeks ago because, as it turns out, it's not within the rules and regulations to fit a 4-branch manifold and taking out the catalytic converter. So what we've had to do is put the original exhaust manifold that came with the car, which complies to the Motorsport UK regulations, and put the catalytic converter back on as well. The car is now complying, as it should be, with the production regs for the BTRDA Championship, and we should be good to go. Also today, what we're going to be doing is fitting the polycarbonate windows to the car, which have finally arrived from Plastics for Performance. But first of all, let's catch up with Dad, shall we, and find out what he's been doing on the interior. All right, Dad, so what have you been up to since you last saw us?
Lots of interior work, really, if you want to look inside. Last time we were fitting the seat for you, so that's all in. Bit of jiggling on that to get the seat tilted back so you can actually get in and out with this roll cage. The harnesses are all in, bolted in, just got to adjust them for you. Gone with a quick release steering wheel, just again for access, getting in and out, because it's very tight with this cage in it. Everything's all plumbed in and wired up, and we've made a bracket up here for the kill switch and the fire extinguisher. If you go around the back, you can see the fog and the brake lights are in. All the mud flaps are now cut to size and mounted.
So we're getting there, aren't we?
We're getting there, yeah. We can get this perspex in, and we're just waiting on the headlight blanks.
Just one thing on the interior as well. We've got this sort of instrument panel switch here. What's this all about?
The switch pack here?
Yes.
Yeah, we got the, see, actually you're off and on there, start button. That's for the washers, and that's for the rear fog, and we've got one spare there just in case we want a fan override or anything like that. So it's all pretty much done.
Good stuff. So what's the plan in terms of the polycarbonate windows? We've been waiting since February for these to arrive.
Don't bugger them up, basically. They're all cut and shaped, so we just got to put this bonding glue that they've supplied and just bond them in, basically. I'm not a glass fitter, but I'm sure we'll be able to do it somehow, so we'll see how it goes.
All right then, cue the music. All right, so good news, the windows are now in the car, which means it's watertight for the first time since we started the build. The only thing we're now waiting on to complete the exterior of the car are some headlight covers, which are still on order and hopefully should be here within the next couple of weeks. Morning all, you join me outside of the Brooks Restorations Workshop for the first time with our rallycross Fiesta, and that is because today I've brought the car to AMD Tuning in Essex to get the car mapped. So essentially, as part of the regulations for the BTRDA Clubman's Rallycross Championship, we're allowed to unlock as much potential and power from the ECU as we can. So what we're going to be doing here today is 2 runs on the dyno, one beforehand to see what the standard horsepower output of the car is. Then the guys here at AMD are going to be plugging into a laptop, sticking a map on the car which is suitable for our Fiesta, putting it back onto the dyno, and then we'll see exactly what power output we can achieve with an ECU map. So yeah, really excited to see what we're going to be able to do here and see exactly how fast we can get our Fiesta to go. So let's get it into their workshop, shall we, and see what potential we can unlock from Project Race Car. Hello everybody, so welcome back to the final part of this episode for Project Race Car. Now, a week or so ago, I dropped the Fiesta off at Joyce Design and they've been busy getting the car wrapped. All I know is they've been working overtime, getting everything sorted, and actually finished it in the dark because they were so busy getting other projects done and had to really sort of shoehorn our one in. But I'm sure it is going to look absolutely fantastic because they've done a top job on all of my race cars up till now. So let's get inside, shall we, and have a look and see what our 2023 livery looks like on Project Race Car. Mate, that looks mint. Look at that. Yeah, yeah, give it 2 or 3 corners in rallycross and it probably won't look so good. That looks incredible. Oh, mate, look at this. That's fantastic. Are you happy with it?
Yeah, I'm really pleased with it. I'm genuinely really pleased with it.
Mate, it looks
super.
It looks awesome. Like you said, it really suits the car. All right, so this is Russ. Russ owns Joyce Design, and he's done all of my race cars and a lot of other bits and bobs up till now. And he's done a phenomenal job on our Fiesta. Russ, just talk us through what have you done to this, because it looks obviously completely different.
Well, first of all, it's a massive team effort. We've got to bring this into perspective. It's not just me. You know, we've gone through from the design and concept period, which we worked with yourself on heavily. This is kind of a scheme that we've followed through. It's kind of slightly modern, but with a retro twist on it, which we've kept with. The blue's really good as well. We've worked with our designers, come up with a concept that works on this car. It's quite challenging on this Fiesta because of the amount of logos that we have on it and the amount of championship logos that we have on it. So balancing it and keeping everyone happy is a massive challenge. But I think the design studio did really well with that, and they've come up with something that balances and works really well. Then we go up to the printers upstairs. So we've got state-of-the-art printers on these. These are latex printers, which are eco-friendly. Not that the car is, but these are eco-friendly printers. And they give you a great colour, really good contrast on it. So it's all printed. Then we put a fine layer of a laminate on it, which is a clear protective layer. That can either be gloss or matte. In this case, we went for the gloss because it's easier to keep clean. Every attention to detail has been done on this. They've fitted it like they're fitting a McLaren or a Ferrari, and it's come out fantastic. So I'm really, really, really pleased with it. So yeah, hopefully you are.
I am, mate. It looks absolutely awesome. How many people did you have working on this car?
Well, so actually the most time-consuming part was the installation. So we had 3 people working on it for a full day, and then Tim, who's my trainer and top senior manager in the install team, he finished it off today. So he was working on it today. So it's a couple of days for 2 people to do this correctly, but it's a complete wrap, complete printed wrap. So it's, you know, there's quite a bit of work involved.
No, it looks mega. All right. It's not bad, is it?
So it goes as well as it
I don't think you'll be missing it anytime soon. Suits the contours of the car quite well, the design.
MOT and training.
Yeah, sponsorship, stickers.
Oh, is it? It's a bit straighter now, the wraps on it.
Interesting to see how long it stays this shiny. Lovely. Well, look, thank you so much for joining us for this episode of Project Race Car. Next time we see Big Neil and myself is when we get this thing out for testing at Donington Park at Jimmy Broadbent's track day. So look forward to seeing you guys there. If you've enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And we'll see you again very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.